You know, I never run out of ideas, of video ideas, because I have a method that I'm going to share with you today. And no matter what your niche is, you'll find this works. It's really super easy, and the tools that you need are free anyway, so there's going to be no costs here at all. All viral videos will need a good idea behind it. Without a good idea, then it's going to be hard for you to then build a decent video. And then once you have a good idea, you then need to build on what's going to work for your audience. It's not just about ideas, but it's about building on a strategy that's going to get you subscribers, going to get you clicks, encourage your audience to come back to you next time you release a video. And it's based on real data, not just guesswork. So idea number one, I'm going to call this the simplest idea. And the idea here is to just remake what worked before. So how do we do this? Well, on each of these ideas, I'm going to show you exactly what to do. So how do you do this, and how do you remake what worked before? Well, you simply just go to your content, you click views and see what needs remaking. So when you click on what's popular, then you're looking for anything over a year old. So just look, see what's over a year old and see what was popular and what needs remaking. See if there's anything using the year. So you could do Control F, and that would then, if you put in say 2023 or 2022 or whatever year you're going to replace, you can then see if it needs replacing. So anything that's changed, think in terms of if there's been any software you had, where the layouts have now changed or the formats have changed, or there's a new software update and the interface has changed, then reproducing the same video, but maybe with just an updated version of it, particularly if it last time brought in great views. So most good YouTubers will constantly have 5 or 6 that they reproduce every year with just an update on the fact it's the next year. And in fact, they can even prepare it ahead of time, ready to be released at the beginning of January, February of the next year. And the best bit is you can always look at the retention graph to see which bits particularly kept your viewers watching. And they're the bits you want to spend more time on. And if there's any drops or any dips, then you need to avoid mentioning them in your reworking of the video. Now in a moment, I'm going to show you how you can actually get 12 video ideas that are going to work based on that type of strategy, but a slightly different version of it. So we'll come back to that in a moment. But first of all, point number 2 is known as the content gaps. And this is something quite new from YouTube. Recently, you can now go to this tab here, so particularly on your desktop, but I think you can get this on your mobile as well. You need to then find the content gap, which is here. And this is where YouTube then decides basically what are people looking for. They can't find a decent video to answer. So if someone's searching for a particular topic and the videos that are being served up by the YouTube algorithm aren't really scratching that itch, that means there's a gap. So always look at the content gaps, not just the general YouTube suggestions, but the content gaps too. So how do you do this? Well, YouTube will promote your video if you know what it is that YouTube thinks you could do better than anyone else. So you go to analytics, and there under research, then you can search across your YouTube and then see what it is that it's saying you to niche down into. And this is basically your viewers are searching and filtering. There's a high volume of people looking for a video that you can produce, and YouTube thinks that it's a content gap for you. So try it and see what the response is. But idea number 3 comes from a free download. It's TubeBuddy, so you may already have this. If not, I'll put a link down below. It's an add-on that goes in your browser. You just pull up the add-on, and there you can put in your keywords, and you can see then what is actually being used, what is trending at the moment, what would be useful for your audience. And I've used this many times to just find out, for instance, when AI came out and Bard came out, ChatGPT came out, you had to get involved in that. You could see it was trending. There's always going to be a version of something you can bring in. Maybe AI affects your type of business or your type of aspect of what you're producing. But either way, jumping on a bandwagon of something trending will certainly give you some ideas. So you can install the TubeBuddy add-on. A link below will help you then find what your niche is using keywords. And you can look to see what's trending in your niche, look at the keywords being used today. And this is a perfect playground for ideas using the very data of what is actually being searched for. So again, you're not guessing, but this is based on real data, real searches. Now, idea number 4 is VPH, and it's a really useful way of finding out what's actually getting clicks on YouTube today. VPH standing for views per hour. So you get this by going to your vidIQ plugin. So again, you may have this. I'll put a link down below if you haven't. And by installing this into your browser, it will then look to see what actually are the views per hour on the videos in your niche. So if you think of the people that make great videos in your niche, have a look at theirs and see what is the best trending topics that they're doing at the moment. And ideally you want something that's been around for perhaps the last 3 or 4 months. You don't want it so old that it doesn't really make sense to do. But if it's a topic you can talk about, if it's something you're able to speak about and put your spin on it, and it's getting a lot of views, the chances are you can then hijack those types of views and bring them to your channel too. So how do you go about this? Well, there's loads what you can do, but basically you look at top suggested or non-owned. vidIQ helps you then. If you look at channel audit as well, it'll help you there to help you know what views per hour are going out. It shows you what you're doing well at, but also what your competitors or others in a similar niche are doing. These videos have the highest views per hour. So they suggest doubling down on that, creating more videos like that. And this will give you several great video ideas. It's really helpful. It's how I go about getting a lot of my ideas, and I get loads of clicks on trending areas by just studying this when I want some inspiration. So that's VPH, idea number 4. So idea number 5 is repeats. And this is the best one yet, because even though repeats don't sound particularly appealing, your audience loves these types of videos. So you just need to keep making more of them and just put a slightly different spin on it. Change the thumbnail slightly, perhaps the title slightly, bring something new into it as well. And because your audience loves it, the same audience will get served it again. And it's likely that they will then like the video, but by the fact that they like the video and they take to the video and their retention's high, it's more likely then to be introduced to new audiences as well, which will mean that then the video idea will grow, which is what you're looking for. So how do you do this? Well, you go to analytics and you just look to see what your best topics were in certain areas. The fact that when you last produced these videos, you probably had older devices. I mean, I used an old phone, I used an old light bulb, I used an old mic, my editing was on Shotcut, whereas now I use a camera, I use proper lighting, a decent mic, and I do editing on DaVinci Resolve. So every bit of the quality of my video, when I remake it, will be better because I've learned a lot since I produced the previous videos. So then you go through your attention, you're looking for popular videos, and I would break it down into these 4 areas to get your 12 ideas. Because basically you can now search through your analytics and you're looking to find your 3 most popular videos in views from last year, your 3 most popular videos through advertising, your 3 most popular videos through your highest retention, and your 3 most highest subscribed videos. So the fact is you're now building up subscribers, a higher retention, higher advertising, and more views. And if any of those overlap, then just continue to find the next one. So it might be the top 4 or 5, but the fact is it will produce you 3 more. And I've now got a list of 12 videos that I'm going to remake this year. And that will then give my audience a chance to see an improved quality of video. And when you put those 12 videos together and then release it, that's going to have a big impact, especially as they come one after the other, because YouTube's algorithm likes to build on success. And we know these are going to be successful because they had success in the past. They're proven already with my audience. But now with all these great ideas, there is one more thing you need to do, and that's get the clicks on these videos. And that's why having the right thumbnails is essential. And I use a super way of testing clicks on thumbnails. It's A/B testing, and you need to watch how to do it on this video here. So I'll see you on this next video.